So, between the start of this episode and the end of the last, some things happened. One, I messed up. I deleted the previous hour of footage that would be in this episode. One of the events in that footage of key importance was that I managed to obtain the summon minion spell. The way I did this, suffice to say, there was a mob called the Dayer, which I'll probably try to get an image of to lock up a section of the screen now. And it's just describing it would be a combination between an elk and a bear. So it turns out, yeah, the Dayer was added. That event was added literally yesterday, which happened to be when I was playing for that episode. But long story short, as you'll see me do something similar later in the episode, draining mana from things that don't have mana is very, very powerful. And there was also a merchant of magical goods who happened to have the summon minion spell. I siphoned mana from the Dayer. It basically got instantly killed by this. And that was that. Also, did minor redesigns to some of the buildings. The research room is still there, though, effectively unchanged. But there's still a small kit dining area to be, and Isaac's new bedroom, as well as, of course, extensions to the walls that may look slightly different than they did earlier. One other thing of note, Lewin the Teller is a night owl and a snob who happens to have a 6 in intellectual. While that may not be the highest of the stats, with the highest actually being 7 in mining, it's not unreasonable to have them become a head researcher, as Jim the Hunter is literally incapable of research, I believe. And Isaac has intellectual 5. Minion 1 is healthy. That's not a minion, that's some pants. Thumbos. If I can do what I did to the dryer to the Thumbos, well, one will be a demonstration of what I messed up on, or failed to record yesterday, or today, earlier. But 2, it should show. Well, 2, it's giving me Thumbos. Okay. Siphon mana part 1. Siphon mana again. At manipulation of 17, it's nearly going to be downed. Summon minion gains level 2 versatility improvements. Yes. Arcane blind. The manipulation of sight is still 0, but the consciousness is still high enough. Perhaps they just have a resistance to this ability. And one more attempt. No, it went through. And okay, that's just incredibly overpowered. And now I have 2 dead Thumbos. Another transport pod crash. The Slaughter Cliff. He has nothing that we don't have already. And industrious, though. We'd have to convert him, but is it worth it? He has both passion in plants and construction. He has the potential to take over Isaac's roles in certain functions. Problem is we need to have a separate chamber to have a prisoner bed. I feel like right. You have a separate prisoner bed, the conversion bed, the sleeping spot on the dirt. Prioritize tending to cliff. We have plenty of food right now, in fact in excess, we might as well make use of it. Mic 4, convert then recruit. Didn't get any thumber horns from butchering the thumbo. Maybe it's a drop only from... no? Not a combat drop, I'd imagine. Not sure what triggers that then. Ah, we now have a load of coin in this spot, which is already has more stuff than what unofficial kitchen would have. A caravan is passing by. A defector with a lever action. Another magically gifted person passing us by. So be it. The solar flare does nothing to us. We don't have electronics. And the managing event has caused Isaac to collapse. Which... or it's just pure simple exhaustion that caused him to collapse. I think it was exhaustion. Most likely to do me drafting him at the wrong time. Cliff is now literally back on his feet. And Jim's Lewin's resistance dropped by another 1 point. Administer cow milk. Confers bovine mutations. That conversation has happened several times now. I don't know the meaning of life, but I know a long conversation and a good soft drink make it better. Design it, but the basic premise is this would be a butcher room, this would be the kitchen, and this would be the dining room. It's a bit late to do redesigns, but here's a thought. This room is going to be entirely dedicated to storing fresh meals. This room is going to have a secondary room right over here. For the storage of raw meats. I also want to expand out this way next, I think. How many simple meals we have is probably a bit excessive at this point, so let's just dial it back to 24 as we have a bit more than what we need right now. Oh. Cliff's belief and his current ideology, our ideology, just dropped quite a bit because he's not in the best of moods. Entirely reasonable, of course, but that would be kind of ironic if the method used to convert him incidentally resulted in him switching back to his own ideology. One more level until we can use Mage Light as a combat ability. 2 more until we gain nothing. 3 more until we gain max versatility minions. At that point, I don't know, but it's certainly something. Lewin is going to be primarily a researcher and a miner. Maybe construction too, but primarily research is the goal. That's essentially the reason that his bedroom will be directly adjacent to the labs. Simple meals have started to rot away. That notification is going on for a while. Oh. Lewin has joined us and has immediately started making progress to make his own room exist. And now can assign the role of Mouth of the Emperor. Role change for Jim as the mouth. That music is ominous. Unsuccessful role change ceremony. Reassuring him clear from the divine path is the first action. And switching the designation on Cliff's bed so that he can be switched to the higher quality bedroom. What's next up? So, disable is quarrying, mining, hauling, handling, cooking, growing, and everything else, but increases the research speed by 70%. I don't want to do this yet, as Jim is throwing a party. And Aurora Borealis, at this time of year, in this part of the country, localized entirely within this sector of the rim. Yes. May I see it? I literally can't turn the camera around 180 degrees to show you it, so no. But if we go over here, we can see nothing because they're not viewing the Aurora Borealis. We have a group from the Tranbrinicane Nation have arrived. Just this one person. They have a pole hammer. Jeez, they just come in depressed. They're already depressed, they're in pain, they despise the fact that it's dark out, they're wearing leather and they hate it. And they also have the volatile trait, making them even more prone to mental breaks. But they have a 13 mining double passion and the ideology is vegan brilliance. Okay. The Queen? I'm sorry, back up. That's just a coin, like an actual faction leader. Yep, now they got King's robes. A King's Hound, some Wanderer's Cloak. Iron Stomach, Nevadic and Wanderlust. Fair enough. They're selling wine? I guess that makes sense. But just saying that this person is the mother of this person. Pretty sure that was not on a social log when I first met her. There's mother and daughter. Mother rules a kingdom, daughter okay, questionable abomination. Anyway, let's focus on this entirely intense thing, almost as intense as random relationship drama. Isaac's excellent shooting skills. Or, you know, just siphon mana. Yeah. Jim, let's see what happens when you interact with these people. They sell grapes in obscene quantities and alcohol too, but don't buy anything from us. Normal wine implies there's the existence of legendary wine. That's interesting though. Lewin to research specialist. Yes, prevent him from making his own bedroom, but it'll allow him to research almost twice as fast. And because this is research, speed is everything. Ah. his mom, Philly's mom left us some silver. Can't complain about that. What faction are they from again? The Nihilist, right? Or the Nihilist? Nihilism. Individualists that dislike mutations. And have several fragment type keysaves. And happen to like melee piercing weapons such as the horns of the Daya, which we happen to have somewhere in our piles of stuff. By the way, Jim isn't in the best of moods right now. Mainly because that... Oh! They were a relative. Wow. That would do it. I'm sorry about that, Jim. But... okay. Lewin's researching so fast we can see the research bar move in real time in 3 times motion. That's wild. Oh. Yep. Failing to rescue his relative has made Jim go a bit mad. And while I could attempt to incapacitate him with siphon mana, I could just murder him with siphon mana. And now they're in combat. That didn't go well for Jim though. Lewin is almost ready to have his own bedroom set up. And automatically researching the lowest thing means alpha peril. A traveler is with a light SMG and a pump shotgun. Jeesh. Social... I don't know how to deal with that. How to think about that. That ain't medieval, man. Okay, scribing. Because with basic scribing comes one delirious ramble later. Let's get ourselves some scribing because I'm 99% certain that's what we need to get ourselves an arcane cooler. Doing please. I know you're in a bad mood, Jim, but let's see if you can get some trading done before you potentially snap. Let's buy ourselves some magicite. Now we have scribing researched. With that in mind, I kind of 500 unrefined magicite. Okay, so arcane crafting to convert magic to get people maging. I think I know what I'm going to build over here. This area is going to be our primary, not research facility because that's right there, but construction area, stuff like crafting table, arcane crafting table, smithy, all that in this area. Which means we gotta build a wall. There's no way breaking a hole in our defenses temporarily could have any negative side effects. Anyway, if you enjoyed watching this series so far, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, like the video, tell a friend, all that jazz. You got this. I don't know what you're doing with your life, but I know you got this. Sayonara.